Okay, let's go. Trying to go against Fritz 14, Deep Fritz 14. Let's see how long I fare and what opening we get. Gonna go with e4 here. Let's see what we can do here. So, let's see. Used some time. I have 27 minutes to start with, and I have 26:14 seconds, and we have e5.
Yeah, hello. You need the welche Ständer?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one my box.
Okay, I expect this or
One
that.
Yeah, one box.
So we have this sort of position here.
This one?
Knight to c6. I'm gonna go bishop to b5 here.
A blue tree.
So now we have the Rui Lopez. Now we have the Rui Lopez. That's pretty fine here. This position.
I don't tell you take.
Okay, well, let's see. So we have the Berlin. So there are two lines here. Either I go castles. I think I'm gonna go castles here, but I don't think I'm gonna go for this line. I don't think I'm gonna go for this line where.
Really sorry for that.
Okay, I don't know if I want to go for this sort of line. There is also the move d4. Let's see. If he takes this, I can take that, and after bishop c5, I can just castle. So that's pretty fine. So d4 is one idea as well. So if he doesn't take on this square, if he, let's say, takes that one, I can probably go g5 knight here. Although I'm not so sure about this, though. Another pawn here is attacked, but bishop f4. Let's say queen e7. If he goes this way, I'm gonna go here, takes, castles. Okay, he gets the rook. That's probably a huge problem, so that's not possible. So after the check, this, I have to take it with the horse. And after, let's say, castles, I don't think my position is so bad, to be honest. So I'm actually going for d4 here. I don't think it's such a bad idea to go d4 in this position, but let's see what Fritz comes up with. So this is what I looked at here. Both captures are fine. I didn't look at that, though. If he just takes it with a knight. Okay, fine. I'm obviously going to take it with a knight, I think. And if the pawn takes, maybe there is e5, then c6, bishop coming back. Knight to d5, but then I might be able to just castle. Or get the pawn back anyway. So, but anyway, this is the only logical move in the position to take the horse. He goes c6 first. Wow, okay. Now I have to think. Hitting the bishop with c6 instead of taking the horse. Okay, fine. If I take it with the knight, let's see. If I take it with the knight, takes, and then move the bishop back to d3. Is that such a problem? I mean, I'm losing the knight anyway. But he's gonna go d5 then. Well, he's gonna go d5. No, it's not. Well, if I go takes, let's say he takes with the b pawn and I go to this square d5. d5 is hitting me pretty hard here. I mean, if I go long, it might be not that bad. There's also knight coming into this square, and after takes, go queen over there, trying to get back the pawn this way with bishop g5. That's one idea. I think, well, this is the first time I'm going to ask Stockfish here what to do. The position should, well, this position is not, I don't know about that position though. It's equal, well, it's better for white, but it's not the way you should play this probably. So that's the position. I think knight takes c6 or castles, bishop c4. What happens after this? It's a bit better for black. So how is the continuation there? B takes c6, bishop a4, and knight takes e4 instead of d5. Yeah, bishop c6 is killing this. But knight takes e4 is a thing. I mean, I could go bishop c4 though, as the Stockfish suggests, which ain't that bad to be honest. So I'm gonna go bishop c4 here. And yeah, that's the thing, just safeguarding the bishop. New main line, going from there. Okay, well, there is this move d5 here, maybe, as well. Okay, but he takes... No, well, d5 may be an idea. I don't know, but anyway, bishop c4, d5 is not what is played. Took the knight, so... Right. I could go e5 here, hitting this horse, but then maybe this sort of thing may hit. Bishop over there and queen g5, bishop f4. Then he gives the check. I'm gonna go c3, takes, castles h3, maybe some idea. Although I can maybe take, and go rook e8, and after f4, f6, although queen h4 maybe some idea now. I'm not so sure, it looks like something for white. So let's just quickly ask Stockfish about this. This should be good for white. Shouldn't be the way here how it's usually done. So let's go and figure it out. What is Stockfish telling me here? Nothing for now, just nothing. Just go back, going over here. Why is Stockfish not giving me anything here? It's an even position, this. Okay, fine, let's go a couple of moves back. So, what's the thing? That's not what you want here. So, is e5 any good? No. Queen a5, check. Picks up the pawn, so therefore e5 ain't a thing. Queen takes d4, most definitely, or knight d2. Okay, anyway, let's just play the obvious move. Take the pawn in the center. With queen, well, take the pawn in the center and queen to b6. Fine. Okay, we have this position here, it's around equal. Okay, I don't want to go queen c3 because of bishop b5. I don't want to trade queens, so I'd probably just go back. Is there any problem to just going back d5? I can take twice. Not so bad, I think I can just go back. I don't want to trade, so I guess I didn't screw the position with queen to d3. I mean, if Stockfish gives me any sort of thing here, no, it's just good. Good position for either side. Let's see. Let's quickly do something like on this sort of thing. I want to have this as the main line because it's the way the game went. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's the main line here, queen to d3. Now I have bishop c5, and I think I should just go castles. I mean, in any way, I think just castling is the right thing to do here. Yeah, let's go castles, and I mean, knight to g4, I don't know about it, though. I mean, knight to g4, I can go queen to g3, queen f3 hitting this, also covering the d5 square, and everything in my position is covered. If I can get knight c3, and okay, he castles as well. So, fine, what can I do? Bishop to g5, maybe an idea, or just knight coming into c3. I think knight c3 is the best here. Just continuing development. Yeah, right, it's also what Stockfish suggests. So let's put the knight out. Right, so this is the position here. What's the book telling me? It's the Berlin defense. This is what I knew. And now Fritz goes back queen to c7. Maybe he wants to go knight to this square. I don't think it's too hot to do this, though. I mean, knight to g5 is some idea. But what is if I just go here, g3, with bishop f4 to follow? I mean, I don't know. Also f4, maybe some idea. I don't know. I mean, queen f3 might be something. I don't know. What about bishop to d3, knight to g4, g4, g3? I think g3 may be some idea. I don't know. Well, g3 I'm weakening those squares a bit, but then he goes push. But d5 is kind of covered anyway. If I go this way and bishop f4 with e5 to go, I don't think it's so bad. Let's quickly ask the fish. Queen f3, what about the move g3 I'm suggesting? I don't really know if that's any good. Let's see, no, it's not good. It's definitely not good, g3. He wants me to go queen f3. Yeah, that's the thing. That's kind of logical. Still covers d5, also gets away of any knight g4. Goes back with the bishop to hit this pawn over there. Right, so bishop to d6. The thing is, I mean, if I go g4 here, he takes it, I go bishop g2. Is g4 any move here? I don't think it is, but it's not that bad. It's pretty bad though. So what's the move? Queen h3 or h3? I wouldn't go queen h3. Just gonna go h3 here. More logical position, more logical move than g4. Just wanted to see if g4 is any idea. The idea was after takes to go queen g2. Okay, b5. Fritz throws in a lot of strange stuff here. I don't know. I mean, first of all, I have to go back here. I mean, the other idea is maybe bishop h3 there. Bishop g5. He takes it. Take the knight. He takes. I go take. What is the save for him? I don't know. I mean, I could very well not do anything here. What is if I just go back trying to keep the pin? I don't really know. I want to go bishop h3 or bishop to some other square. This pawn is covered. Where is this bishop heading to? I think it should still cover the thing. Bishop d3, bishop b3. Yeah, that's both moves I was thinking of. I think both moves are fine, so I'm gonna go with my first intention, and that was bishop to d3. And now rook to e8 kind of thing. Okay, now I would go bishop g5 here. Trying to get this horse. Bring both rooks in the center. Is bishop g5 here any move? Is this a move? I don't think it's bad. I'm pretty sure it is not that bad, to be honest. But Stockfish isn't giving me anything now. Not anything here. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Let's put the bishop out. Let's put the bishop out. Position still in the balance. Position still in the balance. So this is the line. Let's see, first of all I want to hit this knight. And the other idea, okay, gives a check here. Gives a check, so there is only one square for me. Yeah, he puts my king on the h1 square, telling me this is better. But now I'm threatening to take the horse, so he's kind of defending it. What is if I take and go queen g4? So he goes here. Rook 81. I just want to see if this is any good. Let's see. It's not the best. Bishop f4 and queen. Queen g4 is met with d5 here. What is if I go queen h4 sort of thing here? Not that certain. Probably is nothing. Or, I mean, this may be some idea. No, it's not that great. Unfortunately. Okay, I don't want to take that horse. So the thing is rook a e1, rook a e1, rook a d1. Both moves are kind of fine. I'd probably put this wrong on the d1 square, to be honest. I mean, rook a e1 might also be something. What about this rook to the d1 square? Although f4 is kind of good at a certain moment, so I want to keep flexible. So I think I'm putting the rook on the e1 square, the a rook, going onto this new main line. Fine, because there is no rush in taking the horse. There's no rush in taking the horse. Let's see. Okay, yeah, now I should probably grab the horse. At least that was the idea. I mean, I could also reroute going all the way back. I don't think it's too bad to do this. Going that way, I mean, he takes, I have threats on f2. He doesn't really want to go g4. Well, after this, I mean, I don't get the knight over there. If takes, I don't know. If I, well, just ask Stockfish. Bishop h4, bishop f6. Okay, I mean, the idea of that move was to take the bishop, was to take the horse. So let's just do it. And go from there. Goes back, takes with the bishop. Fine. So the idea is now maybe e5. Let's see, he's definitely maybe going to take it with the rook. And after knight to e4, let's say putting the bishop all the way back. maybe some idea. But now where is this knight heading to? Now where is this knight heading to? If I go this way, he takes it with the rook most definitely. Where am I going with the knight? I mean, I might be able to just go knight to g3. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look like that bad of a position. Also not that hot. I lost a pawn there and d5 is coming. So let's just quickly ask the fish. No, that's no good for me. So e5 is e5, rook e5. Knight takes b5. What? Oh, knight takes b5 is a thing. So queen d1 or e5 with knight to b5 followed. I don't want to go into tricks. What about queen to d1 here? It's lining up f4, I think. Queen d1, d6, f4, bishop e6. How's the other line containing e5? e5, rook e5, knight b5, queen b8, knight to d4. Also like a fun idea. I can't decide which of those things is better. I mean, the most logical move to my eyes is doing something with the queen. I mean, e5 with knight b5 is nice to go into d4. I think I'm gonna go with this. And go knight takes b5, rook takes, and knight takes b5. New main line. Right, that's the thing. That's the position we have here. I think this is more likely the way I want to play against a human. Going with this e5 idea. I mean, if takes, you're never able to take the knight. Rook takes maybe some idea in the future. With queen e4 to follow to go into this square over there. Also, the knight may come back to d4. That's pretty nice. So he goes queen b8 and now knight coming into d4. Yeah, the thing is he ain't able to take the horse and the horse may come to f4. Fine. So because of the takes, bishop takes knight, I have this checkmate. So he goes king f8. Fine. The thing is, okay, well, knight to f4 maybe some idea. Although I don't know that much. The thing is, knight f4 maybe something. Well, actually, knight f5 threatens knight h6 takes and queen takes knight. So I think the idea is knight f4 here. f5, I mean, knight f5. I'd go knight f5. b3 is another way of doing things, but I don't think it's that hot. This would more be my line here, going into knight f5. Threatening knight to h6 to get the bishop maybe. Okay, but he goes takes on b2. Goes pawn grabs, still hitting. That's why b3 was an idea. But now I think the idea is knight takes h6, right? Or rook e3, rook d1, rook e3. Rook e3, yeah, rook e3 might also be some idea. Here, just doubling on the e file. Fine. I think I'm gonna go rook e3 as a fine idea because of the takes I can take with the pawn. And then I have knight h6 ideas there with, well, he doesn't even have to take it, that's the thing. But knight takes, maybe something. Okay, goes back to e6 here. Goes back to e6. I think I should double on the file, but I'm not that sure. Also bishop c4, maybe something, but then it goes into d5. I don't know, he does get this. Does get that. The bishop, I don't know. I mean, bishop c4, d5, takes, bishop b7 is not that great for me. The idea of this was maybe to go in to double things. What is if I just go this way? Or like queen h4 ideas. If queen h4, takes, check, bishop b7. I'm not so sure. I mean, this bishop is still covering a lot. Rook e3, maybe something. G5, maybe something. Queen g4, maybe something with the rook coming in. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably go queen g4. And if the takes, rook e3. And if takes, a take with the pawn. And then I'm hitting the bishop as well, again. So I'd probably go queen g3 here. Or queen g4, maybe even better. Yeah, well, I think I would go queen g4. Let's see what Stockfish gives after queen g4. At least that would be probably my idea here is a bad move. Fine. What is Stockfish giving c4? What is that? c4, rook takes e6. It's both not that hot, but rook e6, I don't really want to do that. But what is c4 doing? Oh, c4 rook b8 maybe? Although rook to b1, oh, it covers the d5 square. And maybe I can get c5 and to plant a knight on the d6 square. I don't know. If ever he takes the rook, I can take with the pawn. So I don't really know. I think c4 may be the way to go here. It's not that hot though. Let's go with it. Let's go with Stockfish's idea. c4 preventing d5. Maybe preparing the rook coming in. Also there are some doubling ideas, and also rook b1 is now something at a certain moment. I don't think my position is that bad. I mean, he has 6 pawns, I only have 5. But all my pieces are pretty well square, pretty good squares. Okay, goes with this one. Fine. Bishop a6. That prevents the move c5 maybe? Although not even that sure if it prevents the move c5. I think c5 is still something. Rook e6. What? Rook e6. Oh, I get the c6 square. Rook to b1. Ah, that's the only move. But Stockfish gives every move comes. Stockfish gives it as worse for me. But rook e6 I don't want to play. But I think it's the only way. Let's just, no, not this, obviously. So let's just grab the rook. Grab the rook and he takes with the d pawn, hitting the knight this way. That's a mistake. Knight g3, rook b1. Fine. Okay, I can't, well, rook b1 does something. If he goes this way, I don't really know this much. Well, the knight coming into d6, why isn't that too hot? I'd go knight to d6 here, to be honest. But something is wrong with that move. Something is wrong with knight to d6. But I'm really not sure what that something is. The other idea may very well be something else. I don't know, rook b1 might be maybe some idea. I mean, the queen hitting the bishop. If knight to d6 is any sort of playable, I will play it. I will play knight to d6 if it's any good. I mean, if the Stockfish gives it as lost, I will not play it. It's not that bad. It's also not the best. But king e7, I mean, no human being would play king e7. And I don't think it's that bad after queen. Oh, he goes queen e7. So what's the idea here now? What's the idea here? Knight to e4 is what he wants. Still, I mean, c5 he's not giving it. Takes, a rook coming into the e1 square and knight to this square. Why is that not good? I mean, I don't know. Knight e4 takes the bishop is not that hot. How can I do those things? Rook b1, knight e4. I mean, the fish gives knight e4. What about c5 here? This is what I want to know. Just trying to plant the knight on the d6 square. I'm trying to trade those bishops. Maybe I can get to this square. Maybe a rook coming into e1 is some idea. But that's pretty bad. Bishop to d3. Queen to d3. What's the problem? What? Queen takes d3, right, but how is the thing continuing here? Yeah, queen d4 is probably not that great for me, so actually after knight e7, he wants to go knight e4 back. Yeah, okay, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. New main line, knight to e4. Bishop to e5. I don't know what that move does, though. It's one of the moves, though. Queen h5. But I'm not sure what that move does either. I mean, I'm not able to go in there. The e6 square is covered. I don't know what to do. I mean, knight to c5. why is this no good? I mean, I would hit the bishop though. So what's the problem with that move? I mean, I'm hitting the bishop. It can't be that bad, right? Rook f8. Oh, that's the idea. Hitting the queen. So let's say the queen goes to, I don't know, this square over there. The thing is, bishop e5 sets up, rook takes f2 or something. And I can take. No, well, I could take. So what's the problem? Bishop c8 here. Going all the way back, but it looks like it's not good for me. Queen h4. And yeah, this square was covered. This square was covered. Okay, that's no good for me. So let's go back some moves. Bishop e5. What's the move? Queen g4 he wants. So let's just go with it. Queen to g4 before doing anything else. Right, the knight, everything is covered. I'm hitting kind of this, although it's protected. But I'm not really sure what that move does other than other moves. Okay, let's go. He goes here, rook f2 anyway. And now queen h4. Queen h4 is the idea. Right, so what's the thing? Queen h4. Let's see what he goes for. There is this check. The king in the center is pretty... Yeah, it's not that safe. It's also not that unsafe. Where is he going? I mean, all in all, it was quite an interesting game. King f7. So how am I gonna proceed here? f4, maybe some idea. To be honest, f4 doesn't look that great because if bishop f6, knight takes, queen takes, maybe not so hot. Although, what about this? And then I give the check on g5. So let's say this way is the thing to do it. I think that looks nice for me. I think that looks pretty nice for me though. So I don't think f4 is not that bad, I think. Let's quickly ask the fish if f4 is any playable. f4, what's the best though? Yeah, f4 is what he wants as well. Let's go f4, bishop c7. New main line. Bishop c7 goes in this way. But what about f5 now? Isn't f5 great? Rook d1 or queen h5 is what he wants. Fine, so there is a check over there. Knight g5 takes. Check, where is he going? If he goes there, I have a check, go back. I don't know. I mean, I really want to let him calculate knight g5 here. Is no good. hg5, hg5. Check, where is he going? King e8. What is if I give the check like that? It's not that hot. Rook takes f8. It's not that bad anymore. Well, it is. It's not working at all. So queen h5 is the way to go here. Queen h5 to stay in the game. So let's go with it. Another king hides back into the g5 square. I mean, the other idea, I don't know, that's not good though. What is if I go like queen to g3 here? Well, knight g5 now, what? Oh, knight g5 takes and I have bishop f7. Oh, that's the thing. Okay, he still wants me to go knight g5 because I don't have to take back. The bishop will stand on f3 after he takes it. So let's see, f4 isn't that hot. Wanna go queen g3 anyway. So let's see, I mean both of, well, that's a pretty interesting game here. The knight comes into this square. Both of his bishops directing against my king. And the other ideas are also not that bad. I mean, if I give the check over there, I don't, he takes on c4. I don't know what that is. I really don't. I goddamn it, I don't know. It's not that hot. There. I'd probably give the check and go rook d1. To be honest, is this some sort of move? Bishop c4. I think I have to take the bishop here. There is no other move according to the fish. But now he can take the knight. That was the idea. That was the idea. What is if I go back, just ignoring it? So now he took the knight, so I take the bishop and he takes the knight. What about bishop to d3 back? Is there anything? It's better for him, but it's still something. If I can get the endgame, it might be a draw. So I held the game against Fritz with the help of Stockfish, not always taking all his moves into consideration. First of all, I'm threatening mate. Check, check, and queen h2 mate. So he has to take care of this, goes g3. Fine. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the only idea he had in the position. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, g6. g6 is the way to go. It's continuing. Bishop g6, fine. So let's go take it. I'm threatening mate immediately, so the only move is queen g7. But now I'm not able to take the pawn here. So he goes back queen g7. I could take this. Maybe. There aren't that many other ideas, I think, other than taking on g5. And I think taking on g5 and the game will end in a draw. What? f5 is what he wants. What happens if I take this? What happens if I take this? Can't be that bad, I think. I mean, what am I missing? Maybe he goes bishop to this square, d8. Maybe. What about rook takes? Rook takes queen and check. Rook f6 now, and I can't move the bishop. Maybe I can, I don't know. But it's not so hot there. Fine, I don't want to do that. So, I mean, the most aggressive move in the position is clearly f5. So, I'm gonna go with that, new main line. Let's see, I mean, I'm attacking him like crazy. I don't know if any of this is working, but I mean, there is a check. If he takes, I'm not able to take it with the bishop, with the rook, because the c7 bishop is covering the square on h2. But maybe I have g5 ideas in the way to do that. If he takes, I maybe go g4. What? Let's say he takes it. Yeah, now g4 is the idea. Yeah, as I thought so. Yeah, as I thought so. g4, but now he goes f5 probably. I mean, I think this is the sort of thing I'm trying to hold now. But now I'm just gonna throw in everything to him. Like h4, h4. Okay, let's go. Let's go. But still, if he takes it, I don't know. I mean, if he just takes this, I'm not so sure if there is anything here for me. Okay, he takes on h4. What's the thing here? I can't take this because rook takes. I can't take because of queen takes. Why did I sack this pawn? Maybe because of bishop f5. Or rook to this square, rook over and taking that. I mean, rook over and rook over, maybe some idea there. Although he gives a check, but then I go there. And after another check, I just go back. So, I don't know. I'd go rook f3 here. Bishop f5 was my first idea. Everything else is bad. Bishop f5. The only way to stay, I think. Fine, blocking the f file. Bishop to d6. I don't know what that move does, but Fritz is gonna play it. So I'm not so sure. I'm gonna go here, and after the check, it just go up. After another check, go back. But he's crawling to my position, stands up here, then, and then gives me the check over there, and I can block. I don't know. I mean, I don't really see other ideas here, other than taking on that square now. Maybe it's bad, I don't know. I mean, the king is just a problem in that position. I don't know what should I do? Bishop c2. What? He's just moving the bishop around? I'm 3 pawns down. I can't just move the bishop around. Why is he telling me moving the bishop around? I just think I'm lost here, to be honest. I mean, I saw some ideas here. Maybe they were working at a certain point, but... Well, I think I'm just lost, to be honest. letting it scratch the numbers a bit for some minutes. Maybe there is a line which can hold for me. Bishop c2, bishop e7, bishop f5. Well, the thing is, there is actually also nothing he can do. At least that's what Stockfish is saying. Like, if I go bishop c2 here and just move the bishop around, yeah, now we have this position again. So I'm not sure what he wants here. So now we have bishop c2, bishop to this square, and bishop to f5 again. And he goes f3. So why am I not just taking it? Rook f3 is also the best. And I'm kind of in the game, maybe. So let's figure it out. What do you want? So I have 2 pawns, you have 4, I'm 2 pawns down. The position is still not that bad for me, I think. What's the deal? I'd go here, to be honest, and just take on h4. Rook h3, queen takes, what? Queen h4, yeah, that's the thing I wanted to do as well. Let's just take the pawn over there. Let's just take, what was the idea? I mean, if he goes there, I can trade and just go somewhere and hold the endgame probably. I mean, that's not the way. Queen a1 if he wants, but my king will be safe there. So he goes this way. Where am I going? King g2. What does he want there? What on earth does he want? The bishop on c7 covers the d8 square. That's the thing. Fine, so scratching the numbers. Queen a2, rook f2. Queen f2. Oh, learning how to defend the endgame. Okay, king g2. Queen a2, queen f2, rook f2. It's the same, so I'm gonna go rook f2 here. Just going with this. Let's figure it out. I mean, I'm not gonna win this. There was good defense here. Weird game to say the least. Weird game to say the least. Queen to this square. Rook f3, king f. All other moves are just losing, so let's go there. Other moves are just losing, so let's just go there. Okay, gives another check. Rook f2 again. What's the deal? Rook f2. I'm not gonna win it. I'm really interested in the what the analysis gives me later on this game. Rook f3, rook e2, queen h3. I don't know. Just go back to f3. The thing is, if I can get the rook over, I mean, I also have some threats, and he's not really able to do that much. Queen to this square to c8. Queen h5, rook f1, queen h5, queen h5. Okay, let's just go to h5 here. Maybe I have some ideas like taking it with some other discoveries. King f. Rook, king f1 is also some idea here. Rook f2, king f1. I'm gonna go to f1 because I don't know. I mean, there is a check. It doesn't really matter, I think. My king is wide open, his king is wide open. There is nothing for either side. Can't really do that much. I don't think I can do much either. What is if he goes bishop a5 here? He gives the check. King g2. King g2 back. I don't think there is anything for him though. Now I'm threatening queen to this square. Gives another check. And I go with this check. But now there is no more check for him. What's the thing here? Rook f2, I'm kind of back. Okay, queen coming in this one. Queen h6, I don't know what that does here. Queen g5 on the other hand is also some idea. Queen h6 or queen g5, what's the thing? I mean, queen h6 is maybe going that way. I don't know, it's not that hot. This bishop is doing a whole lot. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, what is if I go queen g6 there? This square is covered from his position, but queen g5 is what the fish gives. Let's give the check and see what's gonna happen. Give the check and see what's gonna happen. Rook over. And now queen h6. Okay, fine. Queen h6. This is the game position here. And now bishop d6 is what the fish is giving, and it's also played. I'm not so sure what that sort of thing... What? Oh, he covers the f8 square. So there, because I just spotted bishop h2, rook takes and rook in mate. Queen h4. I'm not really doing a whole lot here. Queen h4. So let's just go this way. Yeah, the position being a draw is not that simple. I mean, at some point you should push the a pawn, but what is if you do it? It's bad now. So the idea is bishop e7 here for him, right? Goes this way, new main line. Fine, so now he's hitting that. What is if I trade? I don't think it's too bad trading. Queen h5 here. Oh, the thing is I just want to go in. Bishop to queen h5 and bishop f6. Oh, that wasn't the way Stockfish was thinking, I think. That's not the best. So now the bishop is off this diagonal. That means a lot, I think. But the rook covering the king, if everything is so open. King f1. That's what Stockfish gives now. I mean, Stockfish gives this as even, at least on a low depth. I'm not sure if there is any sort of thing going for me here in this position, because I mean he gives a check and I wanna just have to go back. There is no other way. Crossing the e-file with rook coming in is pretty bad. So queen a5 I have to go back in, queen e5 is the thing. I don't think there is that much to do. And now queen e5 again, and oh well, he doesn't do this, he goes to this square though. He goes to this square. Now queen h6 again, just creating some annoying threats here. And now queen e5 is what Stockfish gives in this position. But let's see what he is playing. I mean, queen e5, queen h5. I don't want to go rook f3 here. Because if the thing is, like, king f1, probably again, or rook f3. I mean, rook f3, queen, rook b1. I don't know. I just want to go king f1, to be honest. Just going there again. Trying to get in rook over there. I mean, I have threats here, to be honest, because if the rook goes in this way, he maybe has problems, but he always gives a check on that square. And I'm just gonna go to g2. Yeah, the thing in chess, what I learned about this engine games, if there is nothing, don't force things. I mean, there is just nothing to play here. Here's that rook f4, now queen h5, rook f4 is not... Rook f4, queen d5, rook f3, it's that... I don't really have anything. Queen h5 I'd go here, just trying to get in again. With the queen that would be mate. So he covers it with queen to d6. The rook f3 is a thing. Yeah, let's go rook f3, rook f3. I mean, he has a check, but I don't see that much here for me. I mean, if anything, oh, queen e7 now. What is if I go to h? Rook f4, rook h6, I don't know. What is if I go here? That's so bad. Let's crunch the numbers. No, the numbers are crunched. If it's like -4, like immediately it's pretty bad. I mean, queen h6 isn't the way I wanted. Rook f4. I think I'm just gonna go with like nothing moves. Rook f4 and whatever he's gonna go for. Just gonna go back, and at some point I'm gonna like leave this game, because I mean I can't do a whole lot here, but he is not able to do a whole lot as well. Well, now he goes d5. Things are changing, things are changing. Okay, now it's a different kettle of fish. It's an even game again. He wants... that's the idea of rook over there. And he wants to prevent this. Okay. So d5, queen h6 or king f1. I'm gonna go king f1 again. I think that's something. And now we again have a game. And he only has 47 seconds left on the game. Well, 40 seconds left on the game. And yeah, and he has no checks. That's also pretty nice. So the only thing he has in his position is just goes queen to d3 again. Rook e4? What? What in 7 heaven? Takes and bishop over there, check. Oh, that's brutal. Rook e4, queen f3. I don't know, is this really the move? Rook e4? Okay, let's go with it. Rook e4, that's basically a forced draw. Because of the takes, you have this checkmate. Oh, it's not... You can't take the rook. So you have to check. New main line. And now I just run the king. King g1. And there won't be anything here. Queen g3. And we have a draw. Oh wow, gives the check over there. Does this change anything, rook? No, it's not changing anything. Let's go there. Does this change anything? I don't think so. Queen g3. What is if I go king f1 here? Let's see. Queen f1. Is there any sort of thing here? Queen f1. King f1. I don't think there is, though. The thing is, he's never able to take the rook because of mate. So, I mean, he has to check me. There is nothing else to do here. And now king g2 again. I just run around the king here. It's basically a draw. There is nothing he can do. There is nothing I can do. That was the thing for a long time now in this game.
Of course,
So let's put the king on g2. And the king on f1 back. He's not gonna force a win here. If I just go back to f1. Yeah, now go here. Gives a check and I go back. So let's see. If he wants to draw, he can have it. I'm happy with a draw. It was... I learned something in this game as well, to be honest. Like a lot. I learned a lot about in this game. It was a draw now in the end. But it was kind of a nice draw, to say the least. It's kind of an interesting draw as well. So the thing is, he gave the check and it was a draw. But anyway, let's just end this real quick and go with this 4 and put in 5555. No, not 5555. Doing it this way. Let's just see if I had any chances in this game, or if it was a draw from start to finish. I think I had not that many chances to win the game. Also not that many to lose it though. I mean, I had basically the ideas the fish had, only not as great. Okay, well, let's see, how was the opening? Barrel in defense, which is one of the most annoying openings in chess. So this is the way to go. Now d4 is played and it's immediately equal. Knight d4, knight d4 and c6, bishop c4, ed4, queen d4. This is the opening position and it's pretty equal. And now he goes queen b6, queen to this square. It's still equal. Bishop c5, castles. Why is the fish like not doing anything here? Bishop c5. Yeah, but what? Okay, well, castles, and he castles as well. It's an even game from start to finish. I think queen c7, queen f3. Yeah, here's Stockfish overtook. Bishop d6, h3, b5, bishop d3. And here things got weird. Here, knight e2, bishop g5 is fine. Bishop there, and bishop e5. Now I went with rook a e8, chicks takes, and e5, rook takes, and knight takes b5. Yeah, that was pretty nice, getting the knight to f5. But I mean, there was just nothing for me here. Queen b2, rook e3. The thing is, here is some sort of trick. If he takes it, I don't think it's too hot for him. F e3, I have a messed up structure, but this is too bad because of knight h6. And now I'm piling up on this, but it's still playable according to the fish. So therefore, even this, it would have been a different sort of draw in the end, basically. But he went rook e6, but I went c4 here. Bishop a6 and rook e6, takes. I was not really in trouble all the time. And he went here, I went back to e4, well, the thing is, I went back to e4 here, that's a different thing. Yeah, he is up a pawn, but, I mean, getting this right wasn't so hot. It wasn't so easy. f4, bishop c7, queen h5, and knight g5. This is really my sort of play here. Takes, just to get the knight here, I go back, threaten mate, g6 takes, queen over there. Yeah, that was such a interesting game, and the idea here of giving up everything is that black has no play. Oh, there are always threats which keeps the draw, and as soon as he tried something, like in this position over there, I think right around here, queen a1, queen g3, queen d4, queen h5, queen e3, rook f3. I think here was it. Now he played the move d5, but everything else is also not that great. Went back. Is there rook e4 here? No. But now there is, and rook e4 saves the game because it cuts the queen and and all sort of things in his position, and therefore he had to give checks all over the place. And it's a draw on move 71 by threefold repetition. Very fine game here. Very fine game. See you later. Ciao.